Hello everyone, it's Michelle with Craft with MV. Today we'll be making this card with the Petal Palette stamp set. So I'm going to put that off to the side. The items we'll be using is the Petal Palette stamp set, and there's sayings and images. I'm going to use one of the sayings and an image. We're going to be using the petals and more Thinlits, and we're going to be using the bird off of that, and we're going to be using this decorative feature in the branches. And I'm also going to be using layering circles. We're going to be using this layering circles and the corresponding scallop circle. We are also going to be using the petal pair embossing folders. We're going to be using the one with the flowers. The paper we're going to need is rich razzleberry, 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. That's your card base. Then we're going to need an old olive 5 1/4 by 4 layering piece. Then a designer series paper from the Share What You Love paper, and this is 5 inches by 3 3/4. I'm using another piece of rich razzleberry, which I've already embossed, 4 by 2 3/4, and then some scrap old olives to make our branches, which I've already done, and our image and our scallop circle. We're also going to need a scrap white paper. I've already printed on the images. This is the saying, and this is the bird. And then I'm using I had black rhinestones, which I used for the eye, and then I've used the glitter dots for just to add something to the card. Memento ink, adhesive, and I colored the bird in with some pens I had, blendable alcohol pens. Of course, Stampin' Up has blendable pens now, so I would use those. And I picked a peachy color because I don't know if you can see, I picked a peachy color because I wanted to kind of match some of the flowers in the paper. But you could do whatever you want. Again, as always, these are your cards to do what you'd like. As I said, I did some of the items already. I took the scrap piece of old olive and cut out those 2 images. I cut out the scallop circle. I also did the embossing. I don't know if you could see it on there, the embossing, but I just wanted to show you when I did emboss this, I lined up this piece of paper with the top of the embossing folder, and that's how I put it through, just so you know that. So I've stamped the images already with Memento ink. I'm just going to color in my bird quick, and then we will run those through the big shot. So I'm just going to color these in. Like I said, I picked a peach color to kind of match the flowers. Make little circles to try to blend the colors. So there we go, we're done with that. So now I'm going to run these through the big shot. I'm just going to show you the sandwich quick. I use a magnetic platform on everything except for the embossing folder. I use the regular platform. But you put down your magnetic platform and then your paper and then your dies and then your top platform, and that's your sandwich. The other thing you want to do is with these more intricate dies, I usually run them through around 3 times, and then I use the brush to clean them out. But I find if you run it through, like, you know, forwards, back, forwards, it makes it a lot easier. I am now going to die cut them out with a big shot. So here's the 2 pieces I just cut out. We'll now put our card together. What I'm going to do is use some Snail, and I'm just going to adhere this to our scallop circle. There we go. These are going to be popped out up, so we'll take those later. So we're going to take our card base. We're going to take the old olive piece, and we're just going to use our adhesive to attach that. And you just want to center that on your card. Always make sure your card's opening the right way. Well, now it doesn't matter, but when we start putting the other things on, it's going to matter. Then you're going to take your designer series paper. Like I said, I used to Share What You Love designer series paper for this. Again, it's your card. You can use whatever you like, whatever colors, you know, whatever floats your boat, per se. It's all about what makes you happy. Okay, and then the last piece is the embossed. Okay, and I'm centering that also. So everything gets centered on, all your layers are getting centered on your card base. For this piece, since I have this X that puts adhesive on the whole sheet, I'm running that through there. My other piece won't use that, so I'll be using the glue. So if you have something like this, you just need to take your bone folder or something to just run over, make sure all the excess glue gets pulled up. Peel it. And peel it off. And I'm going to lay that right here. Off to the side just a little bit. And now I'm going to take this piece. And I kind of look where I want it. This side I put a little off to the side. I think I want this to fill the card more. So I'm going to put it maybe more like that. And this I use the fine tip glue. And I'm going to be doing stems, and then I'm going to be dotting it along different areas where, like anything that's a solid leaf, I put it on. I put it on any connector points. Right here I need a dotted glue. Okay. So now we're going to pick this up. If you have tweezers, you can use tweezers. I always use my fingers. That's why they get a mess all the time, but hey, that's life. Okay, like I said, I think I want this to fill a little more, so I'm going to put it more at an angle this time. But of course, you do it however you like. Sometimes my hands are a little sticky, so they kind of stick with it. Okay, so that is done. Now I'm going to be putting dimensionals on the back of these two pieces. Let's put one on the back there, and then some half pieces, which you can use whole pieces. I just cut them in half. I'm going to put my sentiment down first because I want to adjust the bird to wherever I think it's going to look best. And this I'm using to cover the stems and the one corner of the decorative piece there. Now I'm going to place the bird. I kind of want it. That's good. I did, so I told you I had these little rhinestones, black rhinestones. I'm putting a black one in for the eye of the bird. There we go. And if you want, you can put a black one on the eye of the life. Like so. And then I'm going to use these glitter dots. I thought it looked a little plain here, so I just wanted to do something, but I think I might just do something like that. And go down. Just have the 4 go down on the one side just to kind of there we go. Just to give it a little extra bling. So again, these are the colors I used. Use whatever colors you like. I appreciate you watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you need a demonstrator, I'd be happy to be your demonstrator. I've listed all the items used below, and I also listed my blog where you can go get a full list of instructions. Have a good day. God bless.